What's up guys, it's Dai. This is a cam movement tutorial that someone requested, and I thought it would be good to show a lot of people who've been asking lately how to do it. I'm not the best, but this is a recreation of a guy whose edit that he wanted help with. I'll leave his original edit in the description, but I'm starting with remapping this clip. So I have this clip already. There's about 33 frames in the clip, and my timeline is a little bit shorter, so I'm just going to remap it here. I use the timing part in VideoStar, the timing pack, so if you don't have that, you should use it. It's a lot easier to remap with it than the velocity. And I'm trying to recreate it as best as I can here. And since the edit already had sound effects in it, all I had to do was match the remap with the sound effect. And if yours does have sound effect already, like it's not an audio credit, you'll know where to remap it. If you're not familiar with remapping, you'll know where to remap it based on the beat. That depends on your edit, so you just gotta know when to remap and where to remap. Tip for those who are not familiar with remapping in VideoStar: the top bar, as long as there's more frames in the top bar than the bottom one, that means the clip you're gonna end up with is gonna be faster in that section. If the frames in the top bar are less than the bottom bar, it's gonna be slower. Now I'm just remapping the second clip because I gotta show you guys how to remap it before I actually do the camera movement. But yeah, there's nothing too crazy going on here. It's just me skipping a few frames to make the remap look like the original edit. This is the second remap. This one, in that clip, there were two scenes, so I'm just remapping it with a graph. Can't really show you guys how to do the cam movement without remapping, so I'm just gonna show this one first. Alright, here's the last time remapping part. This one was another simple one in that fight. All I had to do was make more frames in the top and less frames in the bottom, and it already looked like this. Didn't need to do anything special here. Alright, so for each of the clips I already did the transitions. This part's just a voiceover. But each time that I recorded, while I was making the transitions, my storage got cut, so I couldn't record it. So I had to redo it again and just use QR codes. So I'm going to be sending the QR codes, or just putting on top of this video. Alright, so basically whenever you do cam movement, I've done it a couple of times in my latest remake that I archived. Whenever you do cam movement, you should use the first layer, that keyframe for the first transition. And if you want to do several shakes and all that, you do that in the master key. You can see on the top right, I have a master key layout. And once you use the QR code, you'll see what I did. Right here, you can just see me going into the master key. That's where I put all the shakes and extra transitions that I couldn't stack on top of the first layer. Alright, you can see me on this one again. I already have the clip and all the transitions, and my video recording stopped because I don't have a lot of storage on my phone, but I'm just going to put another QR code for that on top of this video. In the clip, I'm just putting a vignette. That's how I do it. So if you are not sure how to do vignette a lot easier and just use the layout function, this is what I do, because the layout function doesn't let you customize it as much as you can. Alright, so I finally freed up enough storage to record this last transition. This one was actually the simplest, so it's not much help as the first and the second, but again, I have QR codes for those. And I tried to do this one fast, again, because just to make the video a little bit shorter. So I start off, his zooms out on the first transition. You guys should be able to do that, it's not that hard. That's what a lot of movement edits do, they zoom out in the first transition and use different graphs for size and pass, so that's just what I'm doing. Since this is just to watch me edit on a remake, this won't help you that much, but as long as you learn how to use the master key and create different types of shakes, this will help you a lot. This transition he did, when Zabuza came down, he just zoomed in and then zoomed out towards the end. He used fast graphs, so again, a lot of editors do that. I'm just trying to recreate it as best as I can, using different types of graphs. He also rotates it, so you'll see me do that towards the end. So most times you use rotation shakes and path shakes. You're gonna have to use bouncy graphs. That's just how I've been doing them and how I see other editors do it. That just makes your clip bounce a little bit, makes the movement look smoother. The more bounces or the more curves there are in your graph for these types of shakes, the more it will keep on bouncing. So I usually use my own custom ones, or I just use the ones VS already has, but the less impact. Right, here's me on the master key again. Whenever you don't have space to do any more shakes or transitions on your first layer, you can always use your master. And if you use up your master, you can always just create a new layer. Here I'm just creating the shake so it bounces from up to down, and again you should use those bouncy graphs VS already has, or you could use your own, and that's just the one I selected. Looks a lot smoother and better with a shake than no shake. Again, I was trying to remake his, so that's what it looks like. Now if I just add the CC into borders, which I already had a lot of times before I recorded this. And sorry I couldn't record through the first two transitions. I don't have that storage on my phone. But I'm going to be making more tutorials for you guys in the future, so just let me know what you need help with.